Hey, it's Cassie from Modern Marketing Spark. Welcome to the Q&A session for week 2 of the 30-day Get Clients on Social Media Challenge. So feel free to post any questions here. If you're live, let me know who's here, because I can see that you're here, but I can't see who you are. So let me know with any comments. And I'd love your questions. And even if you're watching a replay, you can still post your questions in the comments. So let's do a quick recap. There's always a bit of a delay while people come on the live. And I know yesterday there weren't notifications. So let's do a recap on what we've covered. So this is week 2, and week 2 is all about strategy. So last week was about energy, and it was energetic marketing. And the way I think about this in the big pictures is about strategy and soul. So last week was about soul, energy, using our personal power. And this week is much more about strategy. So what's your client attraction strategy? What's your plan? What do you do on a daily basis to attract clients to you? And what we're doing in this challenge is attraction marketing. So rather than hustling and pushing, we are magnetically attracting our soulmate clients to us. And so part of that is what we did last week with the energy. So that's why you need to start with week 1, because your energy is, sorry, I forgot to put my phone on airplane mode. Your energy is what comes through in your marketing. And it's so important, because if you're going to spend the time, and it's a very odd time in the world at the moment and everybody's very busy. Hi, if you're joining the live stream today. We want to position ourselves in the best way possible. So this week 2 is about how you position yourself online. So as I say, part of that is your energy that we did last week, your personal power, understanding that, harnessing that. And that's something that constantly evolves. That's not something that you just do a couple of modules and you're done. But if you understand the basic principles, that's something you can weave into your business, into your marketing. So this week is all about strategy. And we looked yesterday at the 3 different. So let's actually do a recap. So Monday, which was day 1 of week 2, we looked at positioning yourself for success with your social media bios and profiles. So looking at your messaging, your profile pictures, how you are articulating who you help, the value that you bring through your, as I say, your bios and your profiles. I recommend that you focus on one platform, but it's really useful to have an optimized, we call it optimized bio and profile on. You can have them on all the platforms. That's your placeholder, if you like. It's your sort of poster to the world on the different social media platforms. And what we did yesterday is looked at your client attraction strategy. So that's just a fancy way of saying who are you working with, who are you wanting to find and get in front of and connect with on social media? What is it you're offering them? And how are you connecting with them? And once you've got those 3 pieces, those are the only 3 pieces you need to magnetically attract clients to you. Obviously, I'm oversimplifying it a bit, because within those 3, there are different levels. And we talked about the 3 different levels under the who section. So the who's at the top of the triangle. And I put a graphic in my Get Clients on Social Media group if you want to see that visually. I'm a visual person. I need to see it visually. So there's 3 levels to the who part, and talk about that. What I'm going to do in the group actually is to share the avatar sheet that I put together. And we talked yesterday about the fact that knowing who your avatar is, it's always something that everybody talks about. That is really just the first level. We want to go 2 levels down. We want to go really deep down into hot buttons, because that's where you will be able to create your content. That's where you're going to create posts that resonate. That's where you're going to be able to create from place of flow and be very magnetic and connect with the potential clients that you want to work with. Hi, if you're joining the call, let me know who's here. I can see that there's people here, but I can't see who you are. So I'd love you just to type a comment and say hello. And also, what questions do you have? As I say, we've covered a lot in the last week and a half, and I'm sure you have questions. I know a lot of you are going through this at your own pace, and that's absolutely fine. And you are welcome to post questions in the group. But here I am, I'm live. I'm happy to look at your social media profiles. I'm happy to do live coaching. If anybody would like that. I know sometimes that can feel a bit scary. You don't want to be sort of pointed out or anything, but that's fine. I'm happy to help, but you have to be prepared to step up. And actually, that's a really interesting point, isn't it, about this challenge and about taking part and about how you position yourself online. If you feel in any way resistant or slightly scared, or there's anything that slightly you hesitate about in terms of how you market yourself on social media, it's worth having a look at that, because that's where your confidence, your success, those vibes that you give off, if you're feeling that resistance or hesitation or doubts about how you show up online, it's probably one of two things. One is either that your energy is not quite lined up with what you're sharing or what you want to talk about. It might be that there's some limiting beliefs that you've got. So I would put that in sort of the energy bracket. It might just be that you don't have clarity on your plan. So again, we come back to strategy and soul. It might be that either you're not quite aligned, or there's something holding you back within yourself. Or it might just be that you don't feel you're not confident in the plan. And I know sometimes when people come to my social media workshops and they say, I'm worried that I'm doing it wrong, and there's no such thing as doing it wrong, but you can. The easiest way to know, and this is really oversimplifying it, but how do you feel about your marketing? How do you feel about your clients and the way that you're connecting with them? Does it all feel very congruent and easy and fun? And do you feel empowered? Do you have that certainty, and do you enjoy it? Are you showing up with excitement and loving what you're doing? Or do you feel like I've got to do it because I've got to market my business? Let yourself feel what that feeling is around your marketing and around your, when I say client attraction strategy, how do you feel about that? Do you feel, oh my gosh, that sounds really highfalutin? Or do you feel, it's okay, I just need to get clear on who I'm going to talk to, and then I'm going to go and connect with them? So how you feel is going to be a very good guide for yourself on sort of where you are with your marketing. And of course, with a strategy, sometimes it can be really hard. I don't know about you, I find it hard sometimes. I can help everyone else with their marketing and their strategy, and then I find it hard to do my own. Sometimes it's quite hard to look at yourself, isn't it, and be objective about what you're doing. Sometimes you can say you can look at everyone else, but when it comes to you, it can feel a little bit hard. That's when it's useful to have a mentor. That's why it's very useful to be in groups like this, where you can get input and feedback from other people, and people like myself with a lot of experience in this area. So I think the message is, don't struggle alone. If you're feeling that resistance, if things don't feel lined up, ask for help, ask for feedback. Sometimes it's easier to look at other people and be able to give some guidance, or you get a sense of where something doesn't feel quite right, or maybe the way that you're showing up and what you're saying, or the way that you're posting it doesn't quite sit right. Does that make sense? Is that resonating with you? So just to put things in context, next week we're going to talk about how to create compelling content. And a lot of that is going to come from this flow. And then week 4, we're going to look at conversion. So how do you actually drive sales on social media? So it's all very well doing all this energy work and having a strategy and working your plan and showing up and doing your posts every day. How do you actually make money from that? How do you actually convert that activity, that engagement, all that effort that you're putting in, how do you convert that into actually making sales and clients? That's what we're going to do in week 4. All right, guys, so I'm not seeing any questions. Sorry if anyone's typing questions and I'm missing them. I'm on 3 different platforms here. I'm trying to look at everything, but if I've missed anything, you're welcome to post questions afterwards. Obviously, you're not going to get me live, but I will answer the questions in the group. And if you have a really juicy question, I'll make a little video or do a little live stream just to answer your question, because that's always quite fun. And if you've been looking at human design as one of the things we did in week 1, if you're a manifesting generator like I am, our biggest strength is in responding. So I absolutely love questions and comments and interaction, because then I can respond, and that's where my real strengths are. That's when I start to spark and get very creative. But I need you to, it's a 2-way thing. I need you to show up, not be afraid to ask questions, to share comments or feedback, and then we can spark off each other. That's going to generate some amazing, amazing ideas and inspiration and results. So, yeah, bring it on. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there for today. I hope you're enjoying the challenge. Doesn't matter where you are, start wherever you are with whatever you've got and move forwards. If you're just starting week 1, that's absolutely fine. You can come on any of these Q&A calls from any of the weeks and ask your questions. So I'm just trying to keep this light-hearted fun. I'm not charging for this at the moment. So make the most of it. You know, we're all in lockdown. It's a tough time in the world, but there's no reason why we can't improve our marketing and get more clients and have a really successful business and thrive and prosper and be happy even in these really challenging times. All right, guys, take care. Thanks for those of you who've been here live. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.